What's up, everybody? This is your boy Frank Wyshinski reporting to you with the first episode of me, T, and English 113. Today's T is Yogi Detox Tea. Unfortunately, I'm out of wrestling for a little bit. Had to get hand surgery on Tuesday, so gotta look to cut weight any way I can. And our nice little tea quote: "Kindness is the gift of life," which is beautiful. I'm seizing the day. I'm Carpe dieming it up as I'm living here with this broken hand. So let's get down to it. What does Carpe diem mean, right? You got to keep the pinky out and be sophisticated. Carpe diem to a Christian should mean, simply put, Colossians 3:23, right? Which, simply put, is to work hard and use your blessings that God has given you day in and day out in a way that'll glorify God. It's a great way to live for Christians. Carpe diem, in a biblically rooted standpoint, is a great way to take advantage of the time that God has blessed us with on earth. Unfortunately, a lot of authors dating back years ago have construed the meaning of seize the day and have showed people how to live each day and to seize each day through a worldly standpoint that is not beneficial to a Christian lifestyle. So let's get to it. Carpe diem was originally coined by Horace in Odes 1.11 or 11, as he simply said, so Carpe diem, which translates to seize the day. Horace believed that life isn't guaranteed. Tomorrow isn't promised, so we should not have future hopes and future dreams because you can't trust the future. He says to cut short long-term hopes because tomorrow is not promised. So we have to drink and be merry while we can now in order to truly seize the day. Which is it's not a bad definition. It was originally the first definition, really, but it's not how we should live through a Christian lifestyle. Later, going on into the 17th century, Andrew Marvell, in the poem To His Queen Mistress, talks about how they can't stop the sun, and the winged chariot of time will kill them eventually, so they have to do what they can when they're young. So Marvell's just trying to make love to a pretty girl that he's interested in that's being a little shy. And he's telling her that, hey, you're going to die one day, and if we never get to do this, it's never going to happen because this is the only chance we have because, like Horace believes, tomorrow is not guaranteed. Marvel is using the finiteness of time to convince this lady, the lady he's pursuing, to make love with him because this is the only chance that they're going to have to do it, which is, again, not a Christian standpoint. And a Christian should be living for eternity, should keep eternity in mind. Eternity should be the long-term purpose. Marvel and Horace don't define it as this. Going on, we have Langston Hughes in his poem of Dreams, which is, he never in the work declares whether he's writing this from a religious standpoint or not, but he gives us a clear definition of what life can be without a purpose, without a purpose to seize the day. So Horace believes, sorry, got a 20% battery notice, and Horace doesn't believe. Langston Hughes believes that, dreams, they're the fuel of life. They give life creativity, they give life beauty, they make way for great innovation in life. And Hughes writes that without dreams, that life is a flightless bird, life's a barren field full of snow. That these things that are dead, that don't have beauty, that don't radiate glory. And with Christianity, we have a purpose. As Christians, we have a purpose, and that's to glorify God and to extend His kingdom and to receive His gift of living eternity in His presence. So Hughes shows what life can be without purpose, and Christianity steps in and can be that purpose. So that's around the 19th century. That comes in after Hughes and Marvel. After that, we have Charles Baudelaire, which is, this work can be very famous in Ireland. This is stated, be drunk. Cheers to that one, Baudelaire. But it's not the type of drunk that you're thinking about. Baudelaire states that we can be drunk on anything in order to alleviate the burdens of life, to get the weight off of our shoulders is forever crushing us, and the only way to get that weight off our shoulders is to constantly be drunk. But from that standpoint, if we are constantly getting drunk off worldly pleasures, then we're going to be continually burdened by the worldly burdens and the worldly pains that come along with the worldly pleasures. But with that, we can be drunk off of Christianity. We can be intoxicated by God's love for us. We can be greatly influenced by Christianity and its purpose to extend the kingdom and to live for eternity. That can be the out of this realm alleviation from the pain on our shoulders, from the weight of the world. So that comes in around the same time as Hughes comes into the scene of seizing the day and seizing opportunities and living what to live for, essentially. So after we go into that, we get into analyzing Carpe Diem from a worldly standpoint and the type of downfall and the type of depression that it can bring. Not a good thing. Little tea break here, or else it would just be me and English 113, and that's not exciting without the tea. Plus, gotta get my little tea talks on, you know what I'm saying? So, F. Scott Fitzgerald, in his work of Winter Dreams, similar to The Great Gatsby, introduces a character named Dexter Green. And Dexter is the classic case of trying to seize the day through worldly view. Dexter constantly is trying to seize worldly pleasures and to seize opportunities in this world that give him gratification at first, but gratification and pleasure that does not last. And it leaves him on a constant cycle of becoming depressed and searching for the next thing to make him happy, all to become depressed again. From a young age, Dexter as a caddy was not satisfied. Being 14, making a lot of money, he was not satisfied. Once he became the best at that, he needed something better. Which, a challenge isn't bad, but when it has a detrimental effect on your life cycle and how you look at the world as in, this isn't good anymore. I need to find something that's going to make me happy. That's, in Dexter's case, how seizing the day becomes bad for you. So Dexter goes through life. He beats his childhood golf course pro, a dream of his, and it's not even satisfying to him because he's constantly trying to get that next best thing that he can never chase, that he can never find. He constantly chases it, but he can never catch it because it's uncatchable. So he beats the course pro. He tries to date this trophy wife, Judy Jones, and even that ruins his potential marriage with a girl that he was courting for a while. He constantly keeps chasing this trophy of Judy Jones in order to have the best wife around, in order to have the beautiful wife that everybody knows and everybody wants and everybody loves. And even that ruins his life in the sense that he was getting engaged to a woman that he truly loved, but his idea of love was chasing a trophy, which was Judy Jones. He was constantly chasing these material views and these material goals such as beauty and money and nice clothes and nice vacations that he couldn't truly seize any day because he was constantly on the chase for the next best thing, which is not the way that one should seize the day. People should seize the day in seizing the opportunities that God has given us in order to glorify his kingdom, not seizing materialistic things that you think will gratify you and you think that will make you happy, because that'll just leave you on a constant roller coaster of depression. So finally, on to the evaluation of Carpe Diem. We have authors such as the philosopher Soren Kierkegaard and the books of Ecclesiastes and Revelations. So Kierkegaard states that eternity is the only... Sorry, I thought I heard somebody at my window. It was kind of freaking me out. Getting close to Halloween time. Anyway, Kierkegaard states that the only thing that we can be gratified by is eternity. And as blunt as that statement sounds, as blunt as that statement sounds, that is the only thing that Christians can be chasing, because that is what we live for. That is our purpose. Our purpose is to get into heaven, to glorify God while we have time on earth, and to live that biblically rooted life to reach the end goal of getting to heaven. So Kierkegaard believes that the only thing that can satisfy us is eternity, which one day it will. But going through life on earth can be trudging at times because we're so surrounded by worldly pleasures. Going on to Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiastes gives us a clear purpose on how to seize each and every day that we have on earth. Ecclesiastes tells us to send our bread upon the waters, which translates to send the word of God, send our message, send our purpose to evangelize to every nation, every tongue, every ear, so that they can hear God's word, that they can hear the beauty of the kingdom and the eternity that God has promised us. That is our purpose day in and day out. That is how we carpe diem in Christianity. That is how we seize the day. Sorry, little interruption from my roommate. Had a knock on the door, but we sent him on his way. I don't know where he's going. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, from going from Ecclesiastes, we have it in Revelations where John tells us what to do with this message, right? John tells us in Revelations to keep his prophetic words in order to be received by the Creator when we either pass from this life or he comes to take us from this life. He tells us to keep our robes clean, to keep our robes pure, so that we may be accepted by our Creator, to be either when, like I said, when we pass, or when he comes back to earth to get us. So through Kierkegaard, through Ecclesiastes, and through Revelations, we get the big three-piece right there to the dome. We have a clear purpose of how to carpe diem through a Christian standpoint, through a biblically rooted lifestyle, that we may glorify God, as I talked about in Colossians 3:23, that we may glorify God's kingdom, and that people will notice us and people will want to become part of the Christian lifestyle. Do you catch my drift? So that is a great way to live carpe diem through a Christian lifestyle, by seizing every opportunity that God has given us on this earth in order to glorify his kingdom, not in the ways that Horace and Drake, Pitbull, Marvell, and Fitzgerald talked about, by looking for worldly gratification and worldly pleasures in order to please our bodies on this earth. We cannot live for the moment, because living for the moment will lead to just a constant downfall of depression, because we'll always be chasing the next best thing. So, personally, I believe it is possible to live the idea of carpe diem with an eternal purpose in mind, to glorify God's kingdom and to take advantage of the blessings that he has on earth. Carpe diem will not be beneficial to you if you live through its literal meaning of seizing the day, as in tomorrow night might not be guaranteed, because as Christians we know that eternity is guaranteed. So that is all for me. I hope I've given you all the tools that you need to define carpe diem in your own sense, and to live it in your own sense. Hopefully you all live it through a Christian lifestyle, but if you don't, that's your decision. I'm open-minded and be glad to talk about it one day. Have a good night. Enjoy your own cup of tea and this little bit of food for thought that I have given you. Have a good night. Frankie is out.